of the school. Okay, so you must remember that up until the time you get the principal's or the teacher's number, you have to keep coordinating with the receptor. Do you all remember when you used to, or when you go to school, you greet the teacher, you greet the principal, but do you ever greet the receptionist of the school? Yes or no? Or you ever greet like saying good morning sir or good morning ma'am? So not everyone gives them their due, but what you have to do is you have to become friendly with them. My voice, am I cracking? My voice is cracking.
No, sir, you're fine.
So maybe in some places a little.
Okay, so I'll go slow. So what you have to do is you have to become friends with the receptionist, like your buddies with the receptionist. Okay, by talking to them, knowing their name, knowing what they do, etc., etc. School you're calling. So there are three types of schools you have to categorize into: schools that do not do MUN, schools that do MUN, and schools that participate in IMN conferences. Okay, so the schools that do not do MUNs, firstly, we'll go through that. Okay, so these are the schools which are very sweet and nice institutes. Okay, so instead of giving a reason why they are nicer, I'll tell you. So I'll leave it up to you. When you will make calls, you will understand why they are nice. Okay, so with experience, I'm telling you all. Okay, so that is something. And now moving next. So how you go is you will just firstly start with hi. So now I'm starting with the pitch. Okay, I'll start with the pitch and I will go like this. This is for schools that do not do any events. Okay, so firstly you will go like hi, a very good morning or a very good afternoon. This is, let's say, Shatakshi calling from the Mumbai headquarters of India's international movement to unite nations. You don't have to sound like a call center agent. You don't sound like a marketing agent. Okay, it's just like you are giving them the opportunity. Okay, so you will be like, good morning, a very good afternoon. This is Arshan here calling from the Mumbai headquarters of IIMUN, or India's International Movement to Unite Nations. We are the world's largest youth-run organization. And please, may I know who would I be speaking with? And you just give a little pause and you just wait for an answer of what they will say. Okay, now they will say like this is the receptionist or this is the front desk of ABC Institute. And they'll say like ABC, like this is Shatakshi from the front desk, or this is Adia from the front desk. They'll say their name. Usually, this is what happens. Okay, so now you'll say like Namaste Shatakshi ji. So okay, say it with the name, because when you read out names or say like Namaste Ayush ji or Namaste Aditya ji. Okay, so you will say like this and you will start with, because when you call out their names, people often tend to pay attention. Okay, so that is what usually happens 99% times. All right, so after that, just a second. Yes. So after that, you will do this, and you will say that we are the world's largest. I want You have said that. After that, what you will do is you'll say like, I want to extend Namaste Shatakshi ji, and I am calling in regards to extend an invitation to your school for school principal for an international conference, which is being organized in, let's say in Punjab, or let's say in Patiala or in Jammu, for selected institutes from the city itself. So I would request that you transfer my call to the principal. You just say the name of the principal. Okay, you just say the name of the principal and say that I want to speak to them, and they will say like principal is not available, principal is not the right person to ask for, or you'll say like this he is not available, you just ask for the coordinators, that you want to speak to the coordinators, activities coordinators. First you ask them for that you have to speak with the activities coordinator, or then you will say like, if activities coordinator is not available, then debate coordinator. If debate coordinator is not available, then say that you want to speak to the SST, social science teacher. Or and if social science teacher is not available, then you say that you want to speak to an English or any coordinator of the school. Okay, so that is something. Just a second, let me check. Somebody is there. Wait, somebody is in the meeting. Great. So that is something. And now coming back, just give me a minute. Okay. Now that electricity is also here,
So you're muted.
hi, am I audible?
Sure.
Great.
Yes,
So
sir.
now moving next to, hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. You.
Great.
Yeah, you.
So now moving next to, moving next. So once you're connected with the schools that, I'll just keep my phone silent. Now we'll move next to the school that once you're connected with the principal, or once you're connected with the coordinator. Okay. So what you will do is you will start with this pitch. Okay, you will start with the pitch that you will firstly say that, hi, this is Arshan this side calling from the Mumbai headquarters of IIMUN. Okay, so you will say, good morning, Mr. This, or good morning, Miss Adya. So I'm a Arshan this side from calling from the Mumbai headquarters of IIMUN. We are the world's largest youth run organization that has since inception in the year 2011 been responsible for spreading the idea of India. Should I go slow? A little slow?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is Arshan this side calling here from India's international movement to unite nations, or IIMUN. We are the world's largest youth run organization that has since inception in the year 2011 been responsible for spreading the idea of India through our concourses in 275 cities of the country. Yes, I'm audible. Right. So there were some network issues, lot of network issues. My God. So that is something. So where was I? I was saying that since yes. So we are the world's largest Lutheran organization that since the inception has been since the inception in the year 2011 has been responsible for spreading the idea of India through our concourses and MUNs spread across in 275 cities of the country and 40 plus countries world over. And you can write after that is that this call was in regards to inviting you and your students for an IIMUN city conference taking place in, let's say, ABC city.
Sorry, can you please repeat?
Yes. So this call was in regards to inviting you for an inviting you and your students for an IIMUN city conference taking place in, let's say, Jammu city or let's say Rohtak city. Okay. And more specifically, on the first day of the event, we award academicians for their outstanding contribution to the field of education. And I would like to extend an invitation to you for the same.
Can
Okay,
you please repeat the last line?
sure. So we award academicians for their outstanding contribution to the field of education, and I would like to extend an invitation to you for the same. Great.
Repeat it from starting to end for once.
Okay, so I will repeat it. So it won't be the same, but we will start with good morning or good afternoon. The crux should be same. So good morning or good afternoon. This is like firstly you'll start with the receptionist. Receptionist, everyone got it? Everyone got it? Now I'll start with principal. You will say that I start with good morning. Once you're getting connected with the principal or principal secretary, so you will start with this is like if you're connected with the principal secretary, you will just name the principal that we want to award the principal. Okay, you will say like, hi, very good morning, Mr. If Khalid is a principal, Mr. Khalid. So this is Arsham this side calling from the world's largest youth run organization, IIMUN, or Mumbai headquarters of IIMUN. We are the world, as I mentioned, we are the world's largest youth run organization that has since inception in the year 2011 been responsible for spreading the idea of India through our concourses in 275 cities of the country and 40 plus countries world over. And this call was in regards to invite you for and invite you and your students for an IIMUN city conference taking place in Rohtak or in Jammu or ABC city, the name of the city. Okay, the name of the IMAN chapter. So, and more specifically, on the day of the event, we award academicians for their outstanding contribution to the field of education. And I would like to invite, or I would like to extend an invite to you for the same. Okay, got it? Everything's clear? Now, after this, what you will do is you will ask them first day of the event, because the event will be of 3 days, guys. So the invitation you are doing, mostly the event will be of either of, sometimes it happens for 2 days, but 3 days. Okay. So first day it's like opening ceremony, second day it's like committee sessions, third day it's like committee sessions. Okay, which you will be told in detail once you go. Okay, so that is something. So after this, once you have this conversation, you will give them the crux, what this call is all about, and what you are planning to invite. So you ask them like, is this a good time to talk to you for a couple of minutes about the same? Okay, so they will say like yes or no. If they say yes, then if they say, let's say for starters, if they say no, okay, if they say no, you take down the time, you take down, like if you're connecting via the receptionist, you take down the digits, you ask them like this. So first you ask them the time, and you can get in touch with them, and you can say that, should I get in touch with you via the same method, or you just stop for a minute and you give a pause and you say that, would you prefer me that I call you on your cell phone? Okay, this is a formal way of asking for digits. Or if you want to directly ask, don't ask them for their, that I want to have, this is what I always do, and every time I get response, I get a positive response, because you look cooler. Because everyone would ask, like if Khalid would ask, if Khalid would want to ask for a number, how would Khalid say that, Khalid wants my number? So Khalid say like, can I please get your contact number? But better is formal languages, could you please help me out with your digits? The other person will be like, I can. It's like very difficult to say no psychologically. Okay, understood. So these are some tips and tricks. Okay, so if no, you ask them like, should I get in touch with you via the same method, or would you prefer me that I call you on your cell phone? And if they say like, yeah, sure, now you'll be confused. Now you ask them like, can you please help me out with your digits? Okay, so that is something. So if they say like, for example, this is a good time to talk for a couple of minutes about the same, then you'll continue like this. So you'll continue like I mentioned that we are an organization which is completely youth run, which organizes student debate competitions, where students are first trained, and then on one weekend, which is like in Rohtak city or in Jammu city, we'll take it as Jammu reference. It depends on which city you're calling for. So which we'll take Jammu as a reference, which is in Jammu city and is on 1st to 3rd of May. You mentioned the day. Okay, which is from Friday 1st May 2026 to Sunday 3rd May 2026. Okay, now you continue with it like this, is where they role play world leaders in this conference and discuss local, national, and international issues. Some topics include climate crisis.
Could you please repeat all that?
Okay, so if they say yes, you would reply like, if they say to this question, is this a good time to talk to you for a couple of minutes about the same? If they say yes, you mention it like I mentioned, we are an organization which is completely youth run, which organizes student debate competitions where students are first trained, and then on one weekend, which is in Jammu city, let's say, I'm just taking the city name. So which is in Jammu city and is on 1st to 3rd of May 2026, and it's on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Or you mentioned like this is Friday 1st May to Sunday 3rd May. And in this conference, they role play world leaders and discuss local, national, and international issues. Some topic includes climate crisis, the war in Ukraine, and certain topics of historic relevance. Okay, we are a team of 26,000 young people between 16 to 22. Mr. Rishabh Shah started this organization in 2011, and today in 2026, we impact 10 million students annually. Okay, and is guided by advisors like Dr. Shashi Tharoor, Mr. Ajay Piramal, PT Usha, Baman Irani, amongst others. So now, before you tell use names, search on Google, like based on the region you are contacting, make sure that you mention the names of advisors that would appeal to the schools. So, like for example, school if you're calling for schools in South, Dr. Tharoor would Shashi Tharoor, A.R. Rahman, PT Usha would be great. Like for cities like North, Mr. Baman Irani, Sanya Nehwal, people like Karan Johar. For schools like which are from armed forces, be named like former chiefs like General Ved Prakash Malik, ACM Air Chief Marshal PV Nayak sir. Okay, so Admiral RK Dovan. These are like who are a part of our advisory board which you have gone through. So use names accordingly based on the region. Okay, so you will use these names, and after that, what you do is you start. You use these names and you tell them on the first day. We have speakers who in the past have included Mr. Amitabh Bachchan and late former President of India, Sri Pranab Mukherjee. Heads of nations come in and engage with the students on the remaining 2 days of the students debate. Okay, there is a yoga session in the morning. Students are encouraged to wear traditional clothes on one day of the conference, and they debate on issues from an Indian lens. Okay, it is on the first day where we wish to invite you. Yes, so I'll tell it again. So there is a yoga session in the morning where students are encouraged to wear traditional clothes on one of the days of the conference, and they debate on issues from an Indian lens. It is on the first day. Yes, there's always a yoga session in Ayaman. Okay, it's from 8 to 9 in the morning. So it is on the first day there where we wish to invite you starting from 2020. Ayaman in all of its 275 cities in India where we operate has decided to help build an international lobby for education, and so also exchange best practices. Therefore, I would request you to give me your email ID so that I can send you an invite for the Global Principals Network meet and for the students as well for the event, which is being conducted at the premises of the name of the host school where the event is being held. Okay, from this day to this day. Okay, understood?
Can you repeat from there what a wish, we wish to invite you from there?
Okay, so I'll start it. So since starting from 2020, I am in all of its 275 cities. Okay, in India where we operate have decided. Okay, have decided that we help to build an international lobby for the educators, and so also to exchange best practices. Therefore, I would request you to give me your email ID and I can send you an invite for Global Principals Network meet and for the students as well for the event, which is being conducted at the premises of ABC School, which is the name of the host school. Okay, from 1st to 3rd of May. Okay. Okay, now after that, she'll ask some questions which will come back to. Okay, and after that, you will tell her, like, I would request you to let me know your email ID so that you can see all the details, and also when would be a good time to touch base again. Okay, understood this part? Great. So now what you will do is, so these are the institutions which I mentioned that you should try to convert. Okay, so a first time institute who's participating who's participating will not only serve the purpose of IMN, which is to get every student across the country and globe to become a part of international leader within Indian ethos, but these are the schools that are more open to listening to you. Okay, there are different people that you will have to navigate through. You should just ask people that how these are nice. Okay, understood. Understood that schools do not do MUN. So you understood, like, you first crack the receptionist and through the reception you get in touch with the principal. And if you got in touch with the principal, you should say the following. Correct. Now principal is not available. Okay. Now if principal is not available, then you will connect with the debate teacher or coordinator or anyone in the look. So how your pitch should be like is that you should first start with, oh my god, what happened? Am I here? Am I audible? Connect my charger. Just give me a second.
Yeah, you are.
Give me a second. I'll connect my charger. Mm, yes. So now once you're connected with the principal, or if you are not connected with the principal, then you'll connect with the debate teacher. Okay. Now debate teacher, they are very smart. Okay. They are like, yeah. So how you started, you'll start like good afternoon or a very good morning, Mr. This, and you get connected like Mr. Swaragi or sorry, Miss Swaragi or Mr. Khalid. Okay. So you connect with them and you tell them like this is Arshan this side calling here from the Mumbai headquarters of IIMUN. So we are the world's largest youth run organization. We'll see the same, like how we said that introduce IMN to them that since its inception in 2011 have been responsible for spreading the idea of India through our concourses in our and MUNs in 275 cities of the country and 40 countries world over, and with the help and support of organizations like Ministry of External Affairs of India and the United Nations. You will use this. Okay. Hence, this call was in regards to inviting you and your students for one of our conferences. Okay, one of our such conferences taking place in the city of Jammu. Okay, so you tell them is what we do is we organize international level debate competitions. Okay, I'll come back to you, Khalid. We organize international level debate competitions where students role play diplomats. Okay, and students role play world leaders and they solve world issues amongst learning a multitude of skills and building their resumes. Okay, understood. Therefore, this call was in regards to extend an invitation for you and your bright students of grade 7 to 12. Understood? Everything clear?
So
Great.
for debate,
Yes, yes, Sadakshi, now come.
So for debate feature, it just has to be a bit different, right?
Yep. Like the crux will be same, but how you convince it will be different.
Okay.
Understood? Because see, I'll tell you, Antakshi and Swaragi won't be same. Correct? So that is how you will convince them. Okay. So you'll tell them after this, once you've told them this, is that you'll ask them like, is this a good time to talk to you for a couple of minutes about the same? Okay. Now they will say yes or no. Now you tell them. Before that, I'll tell you that. Now just yes, Khalid, the question.
I just wanted to ask if you could repeat that.
Sure,
If
I'll
you could
repeat.
repeat from the.
Yes, I'll repeat. What I'll do is I'll repeat everything with in the end. You tell me what all to repeat. Okay, that should be
Yes,
fine.
thank you.
Makes sense. Yes, Aditya.
Okay, like I have a question. If a school doesn't pay interest, then what we do?
Like school, they will never should pay interest because it's IMAN, guys. It's not something like they will not pay interest.
Okay,
You get an invite from an international organization. Receptionist doesn't know what IMAN is, but principal would know what IMAN is. So that's why receptionist will say like, please send us an email or something like this. So that's why you have to convince them, which I'll come to. Okay,
okay,
which are, and everything, all of these your questions you have will be covered in the next meeting. Okay, all the questions. So all questions of yours will be covered. Understood? Great. So now coming back. Okay. Now coming back to this is if you now you'll ask them is like is this a good time to talk to you for a couple of minutes about the same. Okay. So you if they say no, then what you'll tell him is that you take the time and you can get in touch with them and you'll tell them like should I get in touch with you via the same method or would you prefer that I call you on your cell phone? So now you ask them for their digits. Okay. If they say no, and if they say yes, so you tell them like is like I mentioned, we are an organization which is completely youth run, which organizes student debate competitions where students are first trained and then on one weekend, which is in Jammu City, let's say, is set to take place from 1st to 3rd of May 2026. And they role play world leaders and discuss local, national, and international issues. Okay. Some topics include the climate crisis, the war in Ukraine, and certain topics include historic relevance. Okay. You tell them we are a team of 26,000 young people between 16 to 22. Mr. Rishabh Shah started this organization in 2011, and today we impact 10 million plus lives annually and are guided by board of advisors like Dr. Tharoor, Mr. Nadir Godrej, Ms. P. Sri Usha, and Mr. Baman Irani, amongst others. Okay, so you use names of basis region, correct? So after that, on the first day, you tell them after that on the first day we have speakers who in the past have included Mr. Amitabh Bachchan and late former President of India, Shri Pranab Mukherjee, who come in and engage with the students on remaining 2 days of the debate. The students, okay, got it? Yahan tak? Great. So what happens first day? There is a speaker that comes in, understood? And on second and third day, remaining 2 days, they debate. And the idea is that now you write is you tell them is the idea is to empower students, the empower leaders of tomorrow via teaching them first and foremost as how to communicate. I would request you to give me your email ID so that I can send you the invite for the school and its students, which is being conducted at the premises of ABC school from 1st to 3rd of May. Okay, understood? Everything clear now? Now, hello. You understood this?
Yes, sir.
Great. So now, any questions before we move next? This is for debate teacher. If you speak to, is my voice cracking or all?
No.
I think the your network.
Not yet.
Okay.
You said we have an debate coordinator. You said there's something an important 2 to 3 words that you said that you have to say this. So what were they? What were
So
that
we have
sentence?
to use words like we are in touch with the Ministry of External Affairs, the UN, and it's a like international level debate competition. Okay, they will not understand the MUN part, but they will understand that it is an international level debate competition where students role play diplomats and world leaders and they solve world issues. Like this is the important part.
You told there was a sentence that we have to use before role play diplomats, and before that you said something. That Khalid also asked the same.
Okay, so you said that we are in touch with the Ministry of External Affairs of India and the UN. That part. Then
Words that you said that you have to say this. You said that one. So
which one? Where did I say that? I don't recall. Like there's a lot of important words in these pitch.
that starting when you told we have to connect with it, we are connected to a debate coordinator. You said we'll say good morning and we'll introduce ourselves. Then you said that 2 to 3 words and you said that they are important to be said.
So
So
like good morning. See, I said that good morning, Miss Swaragi. You have to pronounce very important that you have to read out their name. You should know whom you are connected to, so that they will get that attention. Because when you read out names frequently, then you will get attention of people. Like for example, if Shatakshi is speaking, and if I call out Shatakshi, Shatakshi will immediately pay attention. Okay, so that is something because you are not seeing what the actual person is doing, but when you call out their name, they actually pay attention. That is the thing. Understood? That is important. Anything else? This was it? No. Then what was it? So there's a lot of important part. Do you want me to repeat it again? Should I say the pitch once again? Quickly?
yes, I
So for debate teacher, it's okay. For the debate teacher, when you get connected, so first we'll start with a very good morning or a very good afternoon. This is Arshan this side calling from the Bombay headquarters of IIMUN, which is India's international movement to unite nations. We are the world's largest youth run organization that since its inception in 2011 have been responsible for spreading the idea of India through our concourses and MUNs in 275 cities and 35 plus 40 plus countries world over, and with the help of with the help, oh my god. Okay. So yes, we do MUN conferences in 275 cities and 40 plus countries world over, and with the help and support of the organizations like Ministry of External Affairs of India and the United Nations. Hence, this call was in regards to inviting you and your students for a such conference which is taking place in the city of Jammu or city of Rohtak or city of whichever the city is. Okay. So what we are doing is this. Yes, uh, what we do is we organize international level debate competitions where students role play diplomats and they solve world issues amongst learning a multitude of skills. Got it? Yes. What are you saying in the chat? Can you just say conference rather than MUN conference? Because see, here you are just speaking to like a person who doesn't know ABC of MUN. When you tell them about MUN, what MUN actually are, they will understand it. Okay, because if you tell them just conference, they'll feel like senior people have to come and they have to just deliver talks and that's it. Okay, it'll be like serious talks. When you explain them what this actually is in a very subtle way, they will understand it. So that's what I was saying. Like it's an international level debate competition where students role play diplomats and role play world leaders and they solve world issues amongst learning multitude of skills and building their resumes. Understood? And therefore, this call was in regards to an invitation for you and your students, okay, of grade 7 to 12. Understood this part? And after that, you will ask them that is this a good time to talk for a couple of minutes about the same. And if they'll say no, you'll tell them like, or you'll tell them like, should we get in touch with the same method or should I get in touch with you via your cell phone? And you take down their digits, and if they say like, yes, I want to get in touch, yes, please help me, please tell me what this is all about. You'll say that like I mentioned, we are an organization which is completely youth run, which organizes student debate competitions where students are first trained, and then on one weekend, which is in the city of, let's say, which is in the city of Jammu, and is set to take place from 1st to 3rd of May. The students role play world leaders and they discuss local, national, and international issues. Some topics include the climate crisis, the war in Ukraine, and certain topics of historic relevance. Okay, so we are a team of 26,000 plus young people between the age of 16 to 22. And Mr. Rishabh Shah started this organization in 2011. Okay, and today we impact 10 million plus students annually and is guided by advisors such as Dr. Shashi Tharoor, Mr. Nadir Godrej, Ms. P.T. Usha, and Mr. Baman Irani, amongst many others. So, what happens in this competition, ma'am, is on the first day, we will have speakers who in the past have included people like Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, Dr. Mohan Bhagwat, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, or use names. When you scroll through I'm an official, you use names which is relevant to them. And people like people like late former President of India, Sri Pranab Mukherjee, come in and engage with the students. On the remaining 2 days, students just debate. Okay. The idea is of this conference is, ma'am, is to empower leaders of tomorrow or empower students via teaching them first and foremost as how to communicate. And I would request you to give me out your email ID and I can send you an invite for the students and for the school, which is being conducted at the premises of ABC school from this day to this day. Okay, everything is clear. Understood this part? How to connect to a debate teacher. Same pitch. So pitch is just for your reference. So just telling you. Okay. Yes, Ayush, you have a question?
Yes, sir. Sir, I wanted to know that will you share any format for this? Like you covered many important points and we write them down, but some of the points were not clear at your end.
Oh, you have to make a pitch. So you have to note down facts.
No, will you give us any format for reference?
Like there is no format. It's just like a pitch. You have to speak and have conversations. Okay.
No, sir. I was asking about just a sample for us to मतलब जिससे हम उसको देख कर पढ़ सके. Like we will have to make our own pitch, but
Yes.
but if we use a sample pitch,
So there is nothing as such. Okay. There's nothing as such. You have to make notes and write. Okay. Then only you'll be able to make your own pitch. If I'll spoon feed you everything, then what's the point? I could have just sent it on the group and not take a
No,
meeting
no,
for
I'm not asking for a spoon feed. I'm asking that the points that are most important. Please share the points that are
No
most
worries. That is not a problem. Okay, I can share that. Okay. Yes, Tanush, I'll come back. Hello. Yes, Tanush.
Yes, sir. Sir, just a small doubt. Like, sir, you told us the major points.
Mhm.
Like, can we make our own pitch and clarify it with it's fine good stuff?
Just keep the crux, whatever I've said, keep it same. Because what will happen is now you will create your own pitch, you will add your own butter masala and everything. Just keep it as it is.
Say
Okay.
the main crux was about time and now what's the origin of it and like what we do to achieve
It
this.
should look like you are reading or something. It should look like you are speaking or having a conversation with. Okay.
Yes.
You are having a conversation. It should come from your heart. You can definitely keep your notes in front. How would they know? But it should come from your heart. It should feel like a conversation itself. Okay.
Yes.
Understood? Yes, Shashwant.
Sir, can you repeat once the pitch to receptionist?
Sure, I will repeat it. Okay. I'll repeat it after this. Yes, Aditya.
Yeah, like I have one more question. Like we talk in regional language or English?
English. Because see, you are not from that region. You speak to, like, for example, if you are from South, let's say,
Okay.
you can speak in, let's say, can you speak in Punjabi?
No.
So everybody would know uniform language is English only, na? So you have to speak in English only or Hindi.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, but mostly English only for professionalism. Yes, Shatakshi.
So I just had a quick question. While we are talking to the debate teacher, do we have to mention that we invite the principal about the global principal meet and all?
No, you don't. Speak directly because then the teacher will be like, "What is there in for me?"
Okay.
Understood? You invite the principal only for global principal, because that is the principal's only lobby.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, Adia, bolo.
If I wanted to ask, how will we recognize if the person is a yes or a no? Like they won't say it like
And
properly.
they will tell you directly. You have to continue follow up until you get a yes or a no.
Okay, and how many, like in what um time basis do we have to call them? Like gaps होना चाहिए ना? So in what time gaps we have to call them again?
So you ask them for the time and schedule. Like, what time should you give a call? Once you're done with the first call, you ask them after every call, what time, ma'am, what date should I follow up? Because they would be in a better position. Like, let's say I'll tell you a follow up after 2 days, but 2 days is holiday. They will not be able to get in touch with the principal, or next 1 week is a holiday. Okay, and understand. So it depends from situation to situation. Okay. Yes. Great. I think like there are some questions in the chat. Can't we just say, okay, so then other than intro, no, you cannot change the body. Are we given the list of schools we have to reach out? You have to make the database of schools, okay, which you'll reach out on a Google sheet and then you'll call them and update responses on that sheet. Okay, whatever you have spoken to with that school. Are you directly given the school list or we do mock calls? So you'll also do mock calls with your respective mentor. If it's a holiday, can't we just get the digits to the principal? If it's a holiday, don't irritate a principal. Okay, because they get only limited holidays in a month. Can you tell me which global association we invite principals? It's Global Principals Network. It's a lobby of K to 12 principals where they're a part of, where opportunities are given for the selected schools or a part of that lobby, and it's completely free of cost. There is no charge involved, which will be explained later on. Okay, understood? Great. So now I'll explain you the picture of Yes, Satakshi. You have a question?
No, sir, I'm really sorry. I just forgot to raise down.
Ananya has a question and Gargi has a question.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Ananya followed by Gargi.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Sir, what if we already had a talk with the coordinator? Do we have to talk with? Do we have to talk to the principal also after the talk with the
If
coordinator?
if the coordinator is not responding or if the coordinator is like ghosting you, then you have a talk with the principal. If the coordinator is coordinating well, then you don't need to have a you don't need to coordinate.
How will we invite the principal for the principal global meet?
So because once you're done with that, firstly you invite the principal. When these things are sorted, then via the coordinator you ask the digits of the principal and then you speak with the principal. And if you have the principal digit, then you directly speak about the GPN only, not the conference. So GPN, if you when you raise up in the organization, when you grow up, then only you will be given, which your respective mentor will tell.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Yes, Gargi.
I wanted to ask that is it local principles meet or global principles meet?
See, local concept IMN is created. Global means global and local both. Okay, local citizenship. But it is global principles network.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I have for you. Sir, can we change the motive from making the students future world leaders to transforming the students into global citizens?
Didn't get you.
Uh, you made us right that we focus on the foundation of the students so that we could make them tomorrow's leaders. I'm asking, could could we change it to we focus on transforming the students into global citizens?
Oh, leaders of tomorrow. See, why we use this is because they'll find it difficult because these are the institutions which are like new to this concept. So they will be very difficult and too harsh on them to say locals and use words like this. So you have to use simple and basic words which they will be able to understand and better because they are new to this concept. If you was use words like local citizenship, so that is the word which I am has created, and that is something like which is global and local both. And if you try to explain them, then the main essence of the conversation is lost. You're getting where I'm coming from. With the debate coordinator also. Yes. So you use words like leaders of tomorrow because the MUN is a new concept to them. We can use it. I'll come back and I'll come to the pitch of those who know MUN and those who don't. Those who know IMN. Okay, great. So now I'll quickly repeat the pitch for receptionist. So it'll be like a very good morning or a very good afternoon. This is Arshan this side calling from the Mumbai headquarters of IIMUN. We are the world's largest youth run organization. And you'll ask them, please, may I know who would I be speaking with? And you'll just give wait and they'll say like for example this is Adya speaking from AB front desk, or this is Adya, there is receptionist from ABC school. Okay, you will speak like Namaste Adya ji. I wanted to extend an invitation to your school principal for an international conference that is being organized in Rohtak or in Jammu city for selected institutes from the city. So I would request you to transfer my call to the principal, or if you know the name of the principal, then I would request you to transfer my call to Mr. Khalid. Like let's say Khalid is the principal. So if they'll say like the principal is not available, or if they say like the principal is not the right person, then you ask them to get. Then you ask them for the right person and you tell them to help me in get in touch with the activities coordinator or the debate coordinator or the history teacher, and it's followed by English or history teacher. Okay, so and always remember that when you finish your call with the concerned academician, you like or principal or the coordinator, you should call back the receptionist and thank them. Okay, so you thank them like this, like for example, hello Adya ji, so you had helped me to connect to the principal or the teacher, and I am just 17 or 16-year-old only, but at IMN I have always been taught to be grateful. Therefore, just wanted to call back to thank you for your assistance. Okay. So it's important that you actually feel grateful. You will realize the value of the helpful receptionist. Okay. By your second or third conference. Understood? Great. So now coming to the schools which participate or organize in MUNs. Okay. You will realize that the schools which participate or organize MUN conferences. First, we did the schools which don't know about MUN, correct? Now we'll come to the schools which participate or organize MUN conferences. Understood? You will realize that these are the schools that sometimes are slightly tight. These are like very schools which might be difficult to crack. So always remember that for receptionists, so Shah Rukh Khan may or may not have attitude, but his personal assistant definitely does. You always remember this, correct? You agree? So in the same way, a school with reputed background, a school with very big infrastructure, okay, a school where the school will inevitably have some air about themselves, okay, the receptionist will have, and the receptionist sometimes will be meaner than the principal itself. Okay, so naturally you may go crazy, but the thing is to remember that bigger the institution, more undervalued is the receptionist, and therefore the greater the need to be friend with the receptionist. Understood? And you just have to massage their ego. That's it. So there are different approaches to this. Okay. So approach one is like there's just a sample that you just say a very good morning or very good afternoon. This is, let's say, Arshian this side calling from the Mumbai headquarters of IIMUN, an organization that works in connection with the United Nations and the government of India. Please, may I know who would I be speaking with? You just pause and wait for their answer. Okay. You will say like Namaste Adyaji. Okay, I wanted to extend an invitation to your school principal or an academician for an international conference taking place in Jammu in collaboration with different agencies of the Government of India and the United Nations for the selected institution from across the city. So I would request you to transfer my call to the principal or the secretary. Okay. And in case they say that principal is not available, and as I mentioned, principal is not the right person, you ask them that to get in touch with the MUN coordinator, or you get in touch with the IBDP teacher. Okay. So that is something. And once you get connected with the academic, yes. So once you get connected with the teacher or the principal, so let's first start with the principal. So you, as I mentioned, that these schools, the receptionist may or may not have attitude. Sorry, the receptionist, the principal may or may not have attitude, but the receptionist will definitely have. Okay, they will definitely have some air. Okay, so that is something. But coming back to this is like you can, the principal, the receptionist will say like the principal is not available. What you have to do is you have to keep calling and keep trying to schedule. What are you? Should you for a school with immune background, shouldn't we try to get in connection with the immune coordinator instead of the principal? Yes. So that's what I'm coming to. But the decision maker in the school is the principal. Okay, not the immune coordinator. Always remember. So what you will do is you will say like first you will say like this is Arshan this side calling from the Mumbai headquarters of IIMUN, and this is the principal. Okay, and I would like to take this opportunity to invite you to the inaugural ceremony of IIMUN's Jammu conference as a special guest of honor, so that we can felicitate you for your outstanding contribution to the field of education. Okay. We are also having a Global Principals Network meet where principals will come and talk about topics of global importance like implementation of new education policy, means and ways to upskill the teaching staff, and etc. etc. Okay, like these topics they will discuss, and after these suggestions are then forwarded to the relevant ministries, which the principals will give. Okay, I'm just explaining you pitch. So alongside this, there's an IMN competition which whose acronym stands does not stand for Modern United Nations, but is replaced with Movement to Unite Nations, and which does not focus on global citizenship but local citizenship. Understood now? Someone asked the question of global citizenship. Correct? We should use the word local citizenship, right? Then you speak with the coordinator. Yes. Then you speak with the coordinator. So after that, you will say that like it is so that, and I wish to talk to you for a couple of minutes. Would now be a good time? Already ask them like whether it's a good time to talk to them or not. Okay. Just give me a minute. So you tell them like if there's a no, you take down the time and you take down the digits if needed. Okay. Hello. The school will always have a website. And if the school doesn't have a website, they'll have a Facebook page. Okay, so what you will do is, so what you will do is if they say no, you'll take down the time and you'll get in touch and you'll say that like who is it. Just a second, yes. So hi, Aniket, you can mute. And then if they say yes, like for this principal says yes, you have to convince the reception. Utkarsh, I'll come to all your doubts towards the end. You just keep a note of all your doubts. Okay. So if they say yes, you will say that you'll start with this, that as you are aware that MUN is a phenomenon which we popularized back in 2011, wherein we conducted India's largest conference. Thereafter, conducting the world's largest, okay, a conference in the United Nations, Kremlin, Dubai Expo, Gateway of India, British Parliament, European Parliament, amongst many other places. So, however, the MUN we wanted was to focus on local citizenship, and bring about actionable change, not one where only the same mistakes of global organizations are furthered. Therefore, under an advisory board, we changed from Indian International Model United Nations to India's International Movement to Unite Nations, wherein apart from many academic changes and a focus on Indian school of thought, each participant in this conference will also plant a tree, which is one of the three actionable goals of the organization. Okay, so yes, it has become a start, and but imagine if we do it with all 7,500 schools and 10 million students. Planted a we impact planted a plant. Okay, so the new movement is to unite nations conferences where unite nations. Am I audible? So the new movement to unite nations conference will be a 3-day event where on the first day we have an opening ceremony where we promote Indian culture and get speakers. Some in the past have included people like Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, late former President of India Pranab Mukherjee, and Karan Johar to motivate students. It is here that we want to felicitate certain selected academicians, and it is on the same day that we'll also have a principals meet to discuss. Okay, and you will mention the topic. Okay, something which we'll be then presenting to the state government. Understood? Okay, so we would humbly request you to grace the occasion on, let's say, 1st of May, which will be the opening day venue. So you'll mention the venue for the same is ABC School. And on the second and third day of the conference, students will role play both Indian councils and international committees, which have historical relevance. So these committees and study materials have been vetted by veterans, ambassadors, and historians, such as likes of Mr. Ambassador Prakash Shah, Ambassador such as likes of Amish Tripathi, let's say. Okay, so morning sessions will have meditation, yoga, and students being encouraged to wear Indian clothes. Understood? Winning students are then invited for national finale which takes place in Mumbai, and from there to our international finale in New York or places like British Parliament or European Parliament. We would now you just end this is we'd love to host you and your students for IIMUN Jammu Conference 2026. Okay. So for now, what you will tell them is lastly, a senior representative from IIMUN will visit the city from ABC this date to this date. This you'll reconnect with your seniors. What date are these? And we would be delighted to meet and invite you in person and tell you more about the organization. And so also conduct a free of cost workshop for your students of grade 7 to 12. Okay. After which interested ones can seek parental consent and be part of this event. Okay, this workshop is completely free of cost as mentioned, but provided to schools on first come first serve basis. Therefore, we would need you to confirm your interest for it, and we will give you a date and time available for when the senior trainer can visit your school. After this, if they'll have any question, they'll ask, and you will just I would request you to know your email ID so that I could email you all the details, and also when would be a good time to get in touch with you. Understood? And after that, what you do is you tell them this is talking with the our founder always believes that talking to a learned person is better than reading 100 books. And I am glad that I had a conversation with you, and I look forward to getting the opportunity of meeting you in person. And so also, should I get in touch with you via the same method, or would you prefer me that I call you on your handheld device? Okay. Towards the end, ask them for their device. Understood this part? Do you want me? Yes, now Gargi.
Sir, I wanted to ask you, in the beginning, you told us that there are three types of schools, right? One that who do not do MUN, one who do MUNs, and one who host conferences. So, what is the difference
Host
between?
conferences.
Sorry.
One who has participated in IMN conferences, because IMN has been doing conferences since 2011, and some cities we have been doing conferences every year. So there would be schools that have been participating in IMN conferences again and again and again. Okay, so you
Hmm.
have to know that, because they always updated on their website or always updated on their Facebook that they have participated in IMN conference. So you'll easily find it out, or you can ask your seniors. Okay.
Okay, so I
Yes.
wanted to ask that what is the difference between those who do MUNs and those who just host conferences?
So they see, apart from IMN, there are a lot of immune organizations, okay, that they are very local. So they participate. So they have an idea of immune. Or schools, there are some schools who do their immune of their own. Like for example, there is a school like Doon Immune in Dehradun. Okay, there are schools that do their own immune conferences also. Okay, you have to make them understand what is the difference between IMN and a normal immune, because we are not an organization that just does immune conferences. We
Okay,
are
sir.
much more
Thank you.
than that. Okay,
Yes.
got it.
Yes, sir.
Great. So yes, Aditya has a question. Utkarsh, you just keep all your questions and I'll address all your questions towards the end. Yes, Utkarsh. Yes, Aditya.
Uh, like I have one more question. We have to make our own school list. Yeah, we get it.
No, you will have to first make a database which your mentor will tell you. If the database is already made, then you'll make calls from that. And if your database has to be made, then you'll make the database. Mostly 99% times you'll have to make a database.
Like we
Yes.
are targeting our own areas, own area, local school or like
You'll
city.
be given a city. You'll be given a city which where the IMN conference will be held. And in that city, you'll make calls, you'll invite schools.
Okay.
Okay. Understood?
Yeah, got it.
Great. So yes, now Utkarsh. You can unmute and speak.
So I have a bunch of questions.
Yes.
Firstly, do we have an international advisor or an
Yes.
international face?
Yes. So we have people like Jeffrey Archer. We have people like Igor Luksik, former presidents and prime ministers. We have people like Ranjina Hamidi. So all these people are the international board of advisors of IMN. Okay. If you go through
Uh,
it, you will get to know.
yeah. So secondly, will we get the city where the Ironman is hosted, or will we get corresponding cities that are close to it? Because the Ironman that I went to was in Bilaspur, and my school is in Korba. So
Okay.
they are contradicting cities, but they are adjacent.
Yeah. So you will also reach out to cities which are nearby. Okay, it's not just the, like for example, there's a conference happening in Bilaspur, let's say, and Raipur is also nearby. Correct?
Yeah.
So you'll also invite schools from Raipur also who will come and participate. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Any other question, Utkarsh?
Sir, will we be like notified about the charge that a school has to pay
Yes.
beforehand, or
There'll be a brochure that you will be that will be shared across, which you'll be sharing across with the school as well over the mail. Okay, which
and
has all the details.
yes, sir. Do we have to tell the glossary on the first call, or do we have to make some kind of interactions before revealing it?
Sorry, come again.
I'm asking that if the school says yes,
Hmm.
do we have to make some more calls for um, familiarity, or do we have to tell the glosa on the call that the school said yes itself?
Like on the call itself, then you'll have to get a written confirmation or WhatsApp, like for the workshop or for the participation.
Okay, sir.
Got it?
Yeah.
Cool, great. So now we'll move next to, yes, Jatin has a question. Jatin.
So, like in between any conversation, we found like they can't refuse our conversation. So, what if we found that they have lack of interest or lack of clarity?
So you just continue following up. When you continue follow up, they'll either say yes or no. You always do.
So
Yes,
we
Shatak.
have so
Yes,
we
yes.
have to follow up in calls or like we can message.
Calls also, messages also. Both. Okay, great. Yes, Shatakshi.
Just one quick question. You mentioned that we have to contact the schools for workshops and all. So the
Mhm.
schools which do not participate in MUNs, we have to tell them also about the workshops, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Great. So now so what if the school agrees? Then there's a procedure that you will just share a message. You will get a written confirmation. If they agree, you will share a message. It will be shared by your respective mentor. Then you share that message with them, and you get the necessary details and confirm with your mentor with the time slot and everything else. Then your respective mentor will give you the respective time slot, and then you confirm the things with the school, and then the workshop is confirmed, and we'll go and visit the city and physically. Okay, great. So now moving next, if you are in touch with like coordinator, let's say, okay, so coordinator, you will go like a very good morning or a very good afternoon. This is Arshan this side calling from the Mumbai headquarters of IIMUN, and I would like to take this opportunity to invite you for a conference inaugural as a special guest of honor. Okay, and your students for what I believe is directly in line with CAS activities. Okay, so the idea is to focus on local citizenship and not just global citizenship. Some of the advisory board members of IIMUN comprises the likes of Dr. Shashi Tharoor, okay, Mr. Nadir Godrej, and Mr. Nadir Godrej, and I've decided that the this is yes, and I've decided that the seed of serving others is one that needs to be planted in every young person. You would be happy to know that every participant of IMAN has to adopt one of the three actionable goals. And in this case, plant a tree at the end of the conference and only thereafter earning recognition in this participation. Okay. So it is to that and that I wish to talk to you for a couple of minutes. So would now be a good time. You ask them for a good time, and if they say no, you take down the time and you ask them, should I get in touch with you at the same method, or and say that say that say or would you prefer that I could call you on your cell phone? If they say, like, let's say yes, it is a good time to talk for a couple of minutes, so you tell them, like, as you are aware about MUN is a phenomenon which we popularized back in 2011, where we conducted India's largest conference. Thereafter, conducting the world's largest conference in the United Nations, Kremlin, Dubai Expo, Gateway of India, British Parliament, European Parliament, among other places. However, the MUN we wanted was to focus on local citizenship and bring about the actionable change, not only where the same mistakes from Indian International Model United Nations. Okay, your so we wanted we wanted to focus. I'll just repeat it. Yes. So we wanted was to focus on local citizenship and bring about the actionable change. not one where only the same mistakes of global organizations are further understood. यहाँ तक समझ आया? Okay, so therefore, under our advisory board, we changed from Indian International Model United Nations to India's International Movement to Unite Nations, wherein apart from many academic changes and a focus on Indian school of thought, each participant in this conference will also plant a tree to bring about the actionable change. And it has become a start, but imagine if all 7,500 schools and 10 million students we impact planted a tree. The new movement to unite nation conference will be a 3-day event. Where on the first day we have an opening ceremony where we promote Indian culture and get speakers from different walks of life. Okay. Okay, so that is something. And on the second and third day, students participate in yoga and they role play both Indian and international councils, which have historical relevance. Okay, understood? This part you understood. You explain them what IMAN does, how we have impacted, how we are in touch with 7,500 schools and 10 million plus lives. How we impact 10 million plus lives. Okay, great. So that is something. And if you are in touch with the MUN coordinator, you would say the same. Okay. Great. So this was for schools that know MUN. Now coming to schools that know IMAN. Okay. Schools that know IMAN and schools that participate in IMAN conferences, because we have been in touch with for so long. Correct? So you'll first see if your seniors have their personal digits. Okay. You'll check with the seniors and you'll first start with a very good morning or a very good afternoon. This is Arshan this side calling from the Mumbai headquarters of IIMUN. I trust you might be familiar with IIMUN as your school and students. Okay. Yes. So as your school and your students had attended our last conference in, let's say, Jammu. And it's so nice talking to you to extend a new opportunity that we have for your institute. Okay. It's just that you assume, like for your reference, you assume that they are the institutes which are friends with IMAN. So now as the receptionist, may I request you to transfer my call to ABC, to the teacher or the principal of the school. So once you're connected with the teacher, so you will tell them like, hi, Miss ABC, or hi, Mr. ABC. I hope you are doing well. My name is Arshan and I'm speaking from the Mumbai headquarters of IIMUN. Okay. So I've heard so much about you and the institution from my seniors. And I'm happy to inform you that IMAN in its 15th year is back to invite you for our upcoming conference taking place in ABC City. So would this be a good time to talk to you? Okay. Understood. So after that, you will tell them like this, as you would be aware that the organization in its 13th year of putting together concourses across in 275 cities and 40 plus countries. No conference of IIMUN is complete without the schools and people who are family to us. And on that note, we look forward to hosting you and your students in IIMUN Jammu Conference 2026, being hosted at ABC School. Okay. All right. So you'll say that this, and now if the teacher is changed or if the teacher has left the school, so you'll be like, oh my God, what happened to her or what happened to him. So you find more information. So you ask them like, could you please transfer me to a teacher who has taken up the debate or immune activities. All right. So, and always remember that once you finish this call, you should call back and thank the receptionist in both schools that know MEN, schools that don't know MEN, and schools that participate in IMN. You always thank the receptionist because you just have to massage their ear. Correct? You have to be friend with them. Correct? Got it? So now we'll come to like after this, after the receptionist call. So if there are no MEN coordinated replacements, connect with the social science teacher or the English teacher or the debate teacher. Okay, there definitely will be a social science teacher in a school. Correct. So now we'll start. Now, once you're connected with the principal, let's say. So now, once you're connected with the principal, you will just speak like hi. This is if the principal knows about like MUN and IMN, then it's great. Your life is good. Like you just be friend. Like I've heard so much from my seniors, and you praise the principal. Okay, so I've heard so much, and now there's this conference happening in the city, and I would like to personally invite you. And there's this Global Principals Network meet which is happening, and we'd like to invite you. And if you could help me out with your email ID, then I could send you out an email. So this is the simple, and same with the debate teacher. Okay, understood this part? Great. So now there is like for IMN clubs, correct? We have done chapters. Now you have understood there's a club, correct? There's a different thing. There is like we have done conferences. Now there is clubs and chapters, correct? Correct. If you have attended yesterday's training, so there is clubs and I'm in chapters. Okay, so you will be like it is will be applicable for those institutes or those schools who have declined the invitation. Like you have mentioned, there will be schools who will decline invitation for whatsoever reason, and it's also applicable to schools whom you discarded from inviting to the conference owing to distance or lack of time. And most importantly, for schools who have agreed to participate, you will be expected to give them a call to thank them and like after the conference, so you can give them this opportunity. Okay, so you'll start with like it's both for clubs and chapters. So you'll start with like hello Mr. Aditya, because you'll be knowing the person, you'll have the digits correct from the previous calls. So hello ABC, hello Mr. Aditya or hello Mr. Arshian. My name is ABC and I'm calling from the Mumbai headquarters of India's International Movement to Unite Nations, the world's largest youth run organization that is present across 275 cities and 40 plus countries. So I trust that you have heard about IIMUN or at least MUN as a concept. And if they have not heard, so explain briefly in 2 3 sentences. Like you MUN is a concept where like you all aware about United Nations, where different countries are a part of it. They discuss and try to solve global issues. I'm just explaining you all MUN. Okay, they all discuss global issues, and after that, the students role play diplomats and global leaders. They step into their shoes and they discuss, explain 1 to 2 sentences about MUN. And once you explain, then go continue with the pitch. And if they know MUN, then continue with this. Okay. So you in that case, if now you are aware about MUN, so you might be aware that the mission of IMN since the inception has been to popularize and spread the concept of MUN. And I am so happy to share that the activity which was once considered an elitist competition only in 19 schools back when we started in 2011 is now known over by 1 lakh plus schools in our country. However, now we need to take IMN to every last student. so that we don't just blindly ape the West, but sensitize students to the concept of local citizenship. And on that note, I wanted to introduce you to a couple of proposals or models that we are offering only to selected institutes to begin with, whom we believe align with the vision of the organization and will value it. Okay, understood? So,
Can you repeat again this part?
so on that note, I wanted to introduce you a couple of proposals and models that we are offering only to selected institutes to begin with, whom we believe align with the vision of the organization and will value it. Okay, so is it okay that if I borrow 5 minutes to explain these two models to you? Okay, so if they say yes, then explain it, which I'll explain. If they say no, take a suitable time. And yeah, okay, so first is like establishing Ironman Club in your school for free. Okay, so it will focus on local and not global citizenship. Some topics include verbal and non-verbal communication skills, leadership activities, Indian politics and history, current affairs discussions, and study of international organizations. Material and video tutorials for teacher in charge, which will be given by us. Plus, we will give you handbook or a charter to follow to ensure that the club functions seamlessly. If the school needs to charge a student a nominal for this club, they are permitted to. However, IIMUN will not charge a fee for helping the students set this up, providing the blueprint, that is the charter on how to run it, and not even the course material for the year or the video training session for the teacher appointed by you to run this club. Understood this part? We won't charge a fee for it. Now, establishing Ironman chapter in your school would be basically like a 2 day conference, 2 day Ironman conference done by us in your premises for your students on a mutually agreed dates. For this, we will charge a nominal fee per student of 1,000 and need for the school to provide us with a minimum guarantee of 80 to 100 students from across grade 7 till 12. The requirements from the school for this are very basic, like providing of classrooms, and only if we don't have a resource person in your city, you will need to arrange for their travel by flight. Stay in a hotel for 2 3 days and meals for 1 2 resource personnel, depending upon the conference size. Okay, understood. So I will send across the details and proposals and listing the benefits, roles, and responsibilities of IMN and expectations and arrangements to be done by the school for your kind consideration. And I look forward to hearing back from you and your internal discussions. Understood? And last of all, please note that proposal for IMN Club and IMN chapter are independent of the order. We have schools that have opted for club only, while some have opted only for the chapter conference, and many who have also gone with the options of both. The ball is now in your court. We look forward to hearing from you. Understood? So that is something, and yep. So now coming to doubts. Yes, Kargi.
So could you explain what are IIMN clubs and chapters once again?
IMN club, like it's club is more like, I'll explain in layman's language. So for your reference, club is more like do you know how we have science clubs, debate clubs in your school? It's the same way. It's an MEN club which gives a year-long curriculum for the school, wherein the students, it helps the students in their communication skills, verbal and non-verbal, verbal skills, and many other skills. And it's a year-long curriculum of MEN. Okay, I'm in chapter. It's like a conference, only MEN conference, specifically for a school for the student. Okay,
Okay.
understood. Any other questions or any other doubts? Yes, so I think we'll be done. And yes, Khalid is a doubt, and after that, others can leave. We'll be meeting tomorrow again. So there'll be a training tomorrow again. We look forward to seeing you all. And yes, Khalid followed by Utkarsh.
Could you please re-explain the second proposal?
Like the second proposal, I am in chapter.
Yes, sir.
So IMN chapter is basically like an immune conference happening in a particular school. We like it's not an inter-school competition of the city, but for a particular school only.
So
Okay,
meaning an
this
inter competition.
yes, it's within the school not an inter-school competition. Okay. Yes, Utkarsh.
Sir, what if the school gives us the like? What if the school gives us the assurance of taking 80 to 100 delegates, and then they fail to do so?
So it's okay that the senior you leave this up to seniors. Okay. Then seniors will deal with the situation. Okay. So it's just for your reference. All right. Okay, great. Yes, yes, yes. Correct, Mukesh. All right. So I'll see you, Aditya. Yes, Aditya.
Yeah, can you explain the monies part? Like you mentioned, you have to pay 1,000 rupees. Like,
It's okay. You can ignore that part. It's okay.
so can you please explain?
So, like money part, it's like we charge a nominal fee, correct? For every conference.
Yeah.
So, in the same way, like the students have to pay 1,000 rupees. That's all. That's what it is.
So it's collected by schools or like it's collected by IM?
Yes, school, and then a school will pay to IMR.
Okay.
Direct.
Okay.
Got it? Great. So, yes, Utkarsh, you can get in touch with me with my digits. Great. All right. I'll see you. We'll see you all tomorrow. All the very best. Bye bye.